Meksie & Co. by Milada de Wet.
Hello my little friends. Thank you very much that today you are with me. I would like to read you the story that is called Meksie and the Rat.
Meksie and the Rat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Meksie was counting at the back of her garden. 6, 7, 8, 9. Ready or not, here I come. 10. And with these words, she opened her big green eyes and looked around. It seemed there was no one around. If Meksie trusted only her eyes, she could probably never find her friends. Being guided by her perfect sense of smell, Foxy easily found a little bunny. He was hiding behind a fern leaf. The second to be found was Cutie. She was sitting at the top of the roof of their house, acting like she was a statue. As for Sticky, he was just on his way to hide behind the door, but as usual, he was too slow. Unfortunately, a little snail didn't have enough time to hide properly. The only one who couldn't be found was Mr. Thinker. "Do you know where he could hide?" asked Meksie. "I have no idea," answered Cutie. "Maybe he flew to the wheat field," assumed Fluffy. "Let's go and check out there. Who knows?" Sticky was eager to help. And the friends set off to the wheat field. It didn't take long to get there. The wheat field looked like a sea of gold. Heavy ears of wheat were trembling under a gust of wind. One could hear a gentle sound similar to a quiet ringing of a tiny bell. It was caused by the small grains inside. The field stretched as far as an eye could see. "Guys, how we are supposed to find a little bug in here? This field is endless." Cutie was a bit confused. "Okay," said Meksie, "let us first sit in the shade of a pine tree and think." They all went to the splendid pine tree growing at the edge of the field. As soon as they sat down, they heard a rustle. "Who is there?" asked Sticky. "Who is where?" "I'm here." "And who's there?" The tone didn't seem to be friendly. "Hello, Auntie Red." Meksie decided not to start her day with a conflict. "Would you like a piece of my favorite cheese stick?" "What a delicacy!" Stretched Auntie Red. "Thank you." "What are you doing here, my dear children?" "We are searching for our friend Mr. Thinker. He is a ladybird, but he doesn't like to be called one. He said he's not a lady, he's a male, and he never had birds in his family, only bugs. So he is a male bug, and he likes to think a lot about everything and anything. That's why we call him Mr. Thinker." Cutie explained everything. "I see," answered the rat. "You will never find him in this field, but you can rest a bit and listen to my story." Sure, Meksie knew that rats are clever, and now she will learn something new and exciting. So here is the story of Auntie Red Fox. "Once, when I was a young and beautiful rat," Auntie Red rolled her eyes as if she was a poet declaiming her poems on the stage of a theater, "I was running across this wheat field. The weather was amazing as usual, and I was in a perfect mood. I followed my usual route that day. Actually, there is no other way to get to the other side of the field," emphasized a clever rat. "So I was on my way there, when suddenly I heard some noise." Auntie lifted her nose up. "Someone was clapping their wings above me. I looked up and saw a beautiful bird. It was a magnificent white dove." She paused. "It was the most beautiful creature I have ever seen in my life. The dove flew closer, grabbed me, and lifted me high into the sky. My heart stopped. At first I was scared to death, but what calmed me down was the fact that doves don't eat rats. I looked down, and what did I see? Auntie Red asked a rhetorical question. I saw my wheat field, the one I was running across hundreds of times, but could never imagine how beautiful it was. The ears of wheat were moving from side to side like waves of the sea. It was amazing. I saw a golden sea from a bird's eye view. I didn't even know that my home field was so marvelous. Every day of my life I ran across it. The only thing I saw was dark ground and green grass, nothing special. But I always knew that the world is not just what I used to see. I had a feeling that it might be different, more diverse, and spectacular. And finally, this day came, and I saw everything with my own eyes. That day I deserved to see the world. My heart was trembling with pleasure to witness this wonder. I was full of gratitude. Auntie Red inhaled deeply and closed her eyes. But it is not the end of the story. The dove took me further. Wonderful flowers were blooming all over the place. I saw the ocean of an amazing red color. Auntie Red remained quiet for a while, as if she wanted to add some significance to the moment, and continued. The dove made a circle around the field and put me back onto the ground. I will never forget what I saw that day. Auntie Red finished her unbelievable story. That moment was worth living. It is so wonderful. Once you experience the best, you would never want to go back to something that was so-so, stated Mr. Thinker. You would always want to reach the unreachable and to get the desirable, philosophized the little bug. Here is our lost friend, said Fluffy excitedly. I was never lost, my dears. I was always around, as usual, as it is supposed to be for a real friend. I was sitting in Meksie's handbag and never left you, Mr. Thinker laughed. We are so happy to see you. They all hugged and went home smiling.
That's all for today, my dear friends. Let's meet tomorrow and find out more about Meksie and the company of her friends.
Milada.